This is Southwest Montana's first forecast. From Dillon to West Yellowstone, Butte to Bozeman, and every valley in between. Backed by nearly 4 decades of weather authority and local trust, here is your first choice for weather. Meteorologist Mike Hurd with Hurd's first forecast.
Hello, everyone. Meteorologist Mike Hurd, again, laid off after 38 years of working for the Montana Television Network, and now I'm kind of doing my own thing here. I took it out on my front porch yesterday. A little bit of aggravation and frustration, and it felt good. But I don't want that to bum you out. And then let's just get into your weekend weather forecast. Again, we have a couple of highlights to look at. Today looks perfect around the region, but Saturday there will be a cold front on the way. Ahead of that cold front, we'll start to see some scattered thunderstorms, a little push of monsoonal moisture. A little bit of that could linger into Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, but it looks like most of that's coming in a northwest flow across central, northern, eastern Montana. Not a lot of thunderstorm activity likely here across southwest Montana as we get into, again, late weekend, early next week. There is a warming trend on the way as we get into deeper portions of next week. I am looking for some sponsors, short-term sponsors. If you're interested in sponsoring some of my content on YouTube and Facebook, drop me a line, give me a comment, and I would definitely entertain that. It's got to be short-term because I do have resumes out and I'm trying to get a job, but I am putting together some weather content. But if you'd like to sponsor that, again, let me know. All right, getting back into the details. Looking at your jet stream pattern over the course of the next 5 to 7 days. Let me back this up. We have currently a pretty stiff northwest flow and a strong jet stream that's been generating a lot of wind lately, but that's going to veer out of the southwest as we get into tomorrow. And again, that's going to help lift some monsoonal moisture. But then here comes a cold front. You see that blue area there? That's a cold front moving through, and that's going to develop Saturday afternoon, evening into Sunday morning. We'll get behind that's going to be just a pinch cooler on Sunday and a little bit of wind possible Sunday, Monday. But then we'll get back into a ridging pattern as we look into the middle part of next week. And that should bring in a little bit of a warmer and drier weather pattern. All right, let's take a look at a couple of forecast models here. Sorry, I'm outside, and boy, it's hard to read the monitor here. Oh, I got to click on that. So again, the southwest flow starts to develop as we go through the next 24 hours. And this will definitely bring some increasing moisture from northern Nevada up into southwest Montana. Now, we could see some locally heavy rain out of some of the thunderstorms, not expecting significant precipitation for most of the region, and a large part of this is going to be south of Interstate 90. And here's a different forecast model look. Again, this will kind of give you a better idea of the short-term pattern, picking up some scattered showers and thunderstorms. That's moving up into the southern end of southwest Montana. But there could be some heavy moisture moving off into the Dakotas as we look into next week. But here's another forecast model. Again, I'm just showing you some differences here in the model trends. This one does show a little bit better pockets of moderate rainfall, but in a very narrow band across southwest Montana, but could move through the Wisdom Wise River areas, maybe back up towards Twin Bridges and Whitehall, then possibly the north of the Bozeman area. So there could be some pockets of decent moisture coming up out of this as we get into Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening into Sunday morning. All right, let's jump into the weekend forecast. Butte, my hometown, 50% chance for showers and thunderstorms, mainly Saturday afternoon. Ahead of this front, it will still be a fairly warm afternoon. Winds will probably pick up as we go through the day. 44 degrees, your forecast low for Sunday morning, and just a tiny, tiny bit cooler as we look into Sunday with just an isolated leftover thunderstorm. Bozeman, similar pattern. We'll go with mainly mid-70s for Saturday and Sunday, 48 for low for Saturday night. But the better chance for showers and thunderstorms will be on Saturday, and that mainly in the afternoon, not an all-day deal. And I'll give you a slight chance for a rumble by the time we get into Sunday. For Dillon, we'll go with a 60% chance, hopefully some rainfall out of this. You guys definitely need it. You're sitting in some horrible drought conditions down your way. But again, afternoon thunderstorms are possible, locally windy at times, 76 your forecast high, 46 degrees by Sunday morning, and staying around 76, 77 degrees under partly cloudy skies as we look into Sunday. But West Yellowstone, you have a better chance for this pattern to linger through the weekend. A pretty good chance for some afternoon thunderstorms. Again, locally heavy, could be locally windy rather, and there could be some slight pockets of locally heavy rain. That could continue off and on Saturday evening, and a few isolated rumbles could continue to develop as we look into the day on Sunday. So there's your full weekend weather forecast. Again, I'm independent meteorologist Mike Hurd, checking out your weekend weather forecast for southwest Montana. This might be a bold statement, but I think it might be true. Well, one exception. My buddy Matt Elwell is here as well, but I guess I'm the only local independent meteorologist in southwest Montana. Let's put it that way. So have a good weekend, everyone. I know it's Father's Day weekend for all you dads out there. Happy Father's Day. And check back on Monday. We'll have more content for you here on the digital side of weather in southwest Montana.